Um, let's move on to The Flash. Good old
Speaking of
Ezra Miller.
AI-generated movie.
First of all, I love the fact that everybody's just gone, oh, it looks good, doesn't it? And it's like, we do remember that Ezra Miller is a complete mental case, don't we? Yeah, but, you know, the boy can act, you know? So, yes, Eggy, you're not impressed with the trailer, were you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Listen, when they announced I was going to, obviously I'm a Snyder fan, and when they announced I was making Flashpoint, I was like, yes, excellent, what a story. And then he's like, well, actually, we're not getting Thomas Wayne as Batman or Martha Wayne as the Joker. We're actually bringing back Michael Keaton. So, okay, all right, I can tolerate that. I'll have a bit of Michael Keaton. And then he's like, yeah, you're not getting Superman as subject one. You're getting Supergirl. Okay, and we're not bringing back Henry Cavill because James Gunn doesn't seem to like him for some reason. Okay, but we are basically bringing back pretty much every other character from the Snyderverse, including Zod and Faora and the Battle of Smallville and the destruction of Metropolis. Okay, and you're going to have 2 Ezra Millers, okay, possibly a third, okay.
So when we said we're giving you Flashpoint, what we meant was we're not giving you Flashpoint.
Yeah, so basically we were going to give you Flashpoint, but we're now giving you just a load of shit. And here's a trailer, and then you look at the trailer and you're like, this is like She-Hulk level CGI. So I've gone from being like super excited to okay, and now I'm like, fuck it, I can't even be bothered.
I'm just trying.
I'm sorry. I actually, the way you said that, I could actually see some guy at Comic-Con going, well, we were going to bring you Flashpoint, but we decided to bring you a load of shit.
There you go. Let's have a look at some of the
so much.
So listen,
on the left-hand side. Oh, go on.
Yeah, before you do, these are some of the. Admittedly, some of these are screen grabs and not in HD, which is a lot of people on Twitter are moaning about. You're using screen grabs compared to HD. Fine, whatever. But thankfully these aren't in HD. Look at the state of them. This is supposed to be the signing off of the Snyderverse. This is supposed to be DC's big hoorah! Look at us. This is going to be the final in the Snyderverse. Before we do these, and you look at it and you're like, is this from the 90s?
It looks like the level of detail that if you go to the website and have a look for the Sunday Roast, it looks like the same level of detail that I put into putting our heads on characters, which literally takes me 20 seconds.
What is that third picture? Because that is not Ezra.
This one.
Well, this one. Yeah. Well, apparently it's Ezra. It's Ezra Miller running in the Flash in the Speed Force.
That is not effing Ezra.
I know. Isn't it appalling? So Twitter's as usual is split 50-50. Okay, so you've got the shills and the people that hate Snyder are going, oh my god, this is fucking amazing. It looks beautiful. And then you've got people like me who,
normal people,
who does like the Snyderverse. I'm not going to make any bones about it. Who look at this and just go, this looks like CW level crap. And it's fucking appalling. And you're moving away from the Snyderverse because apparently it was too dark and too moody and no one liked it. And yet we're revisiting the Snyderverse again. And you've now got some total facts in control. So what I wanted to do, Phil, if you go back to the top, I just knocked these together today.
Well, they're getting rid of the Snyderverse, that it's going away.
Well,
so
apparently.
But you have to have it before you can go away, because you got to see the turd before it goes down the toilet.
Just to check it. Check there's no blood in it.
But I just put this together just to say, look, DC, you slagged off Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse and the Snyder fans, and everything, but then when you compare it to the stuff that you've been doing since you got rid of Snyder, I mean, clearly, what is it that Snyder fans see? And what is it that you don't, or vice versa? Because I look at the stuff on the left, which is the stuff from the New Flash, and I look at the stuff that Snyder done, and I'm like, this isn't even comparable.
I mean, Snyder.
It's like.
I was going to say, Snyder is one of those directors who, visually his work is stunning. I mean, when you think of,
stunning.
Like 300 obviously was kind of where he really made his mark. But then even Sucker Punch. Terrible story, but beautiful looking movie. And he's got that attention to detail. And you're thinking, if you're releasing a trailer, which is to get people in and everything else, and this is what you release, seriously?
It's just, it's like, it's the characters. If you look at the costume designs, not only the level of CGI, but what I've tried to do is try to find similar shots from Man of Steel or Justice League or Batman v Superman and compared them with The Flash. And you can just the attention to detail that Snyder's got compared to whoever's directed The Flash. It's like a colouring book and something by Da Vinci.
I've got to say that the whole thing with that female Superman, I always loved the fact that Superman himself was always very pristine. Caval's hair and everything else, she looks like she's just come out back home doing a walk of shame. Her hair's all a mess and everything else, and and it's just like, seriously, love, brush your hair.
Well, I think that
is she wearing a G-string?
If it's like Flashpoint, like I think in Flashpoint, Superman was held in a tiny little in a prison or something. He looked like shit.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason that is. I think there's a story reason for that. I mean. Like I don't have this love of the Snyderverse. I just think, like, part of me is like, okay, at least he had a vision and he knew what he wanted to do, and he did it, and it got screwed. He got done dirty. I mean, I'm not going to say that Zack Snyder didn't get done dirty. He did, but that doesn't mean that I think that what he did was great. I mean, I don't like this grim and gritty Superman that is not Superman. In my opinion, he is Batman. They made everybody Batman. Everybody was Batman, and it was like, I don't need everybody to be Batman. That's in fact, it's the point that Batman is unique in his own way.
Yeah,
Superman is unique, and it's that dichotomy, and that wasn't there at all. And it's not the worst after seeing some of the stuff that's come later, both in the MCU and the DCEU. So, like. The last Shazam movie, it's like it's a movie that has no particular point or reason for being. It's you don't care after it's all done. It's just done. But it's just 2 hours of flickering images on a screen. It has no heartbeat or pulse or nothing. The Zack Snyder trilogy does. I just don't. I think it's got way too many problems. I just don't like it. But we're talking about a different kind of badness for me, not a lazy, didn't care, just throw shit. Here's the thing, that's what this movie is. Here's the thing, Michael Keaton, Michael Keaton. That's the thing,
He's gonna say get nuts.
I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas the Zack Snyder trilogy, and I'm not including the Justice League version that Whedon put out. I'm talking about his 4-hour craziness, but fine. Those three, they have something to say, and they're trying to say it, and there's a lot of care and stuff put into it. I agree with all that. I just think it doesn't work. That's just me. That's a very different thing than corporate swill, which is what this looks like to me. I love your meme though that you put up. I don't know which one of you did it. Where
not yet.
It showed Michael Keaton as Batman. It says you either you either die the hero, and then it showed him in the Vulture. It says, or you live long enough to become the villain, and then it showed him as old Batman. It says, or you become the hero again, and then it showed him in Birdman. He goes, or whatever this emo shit is.
emo face. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like thing that's what this is.
I just got to say that whilst we've been having this very intellectual discussion, Maddink has just been going on about how we should have a Darkseid movie.
Darkseid,
heathen.
Good golly.
Darkseid is he?
It's pronounced Darkseid.
Oh, whatever.
You're going to need to retake your DC test. I'm sorry. Obviously your license is expired. And you're not allowed to talk about it anymore.
If Man of Steel's anything to go by, I'm glad I failed. You guys need to contact your Hollywood guys
about
and get in contact with your Hollywood guys. Yeah, we don't have Hollywood guys, okay?
Yet.
In fact, well, yeah, but I mean, we don't have Hollywood guys. In fact, Sean has still got a restraining order against the whole of Hollywood, 500 miles.
If we had any pull in Hollywood, this sludge wouldn't be out there. You think we got any pull? No, we got nothing.
Okie doke.
My big take on this is the fact that, again, I'm not going to apologise. I am a Snyder fanboy. But I look at this and I just think it's ever since he's left the DCU, the standard and quality of this stuff has just been appalling. I mean, you look at that picture of Batman next to each other. I mean, what the fuck is that on the left? What is that? Who signed that off?
That's
Who went, I'm a
Batman.
CGI artist, I can do Batman. Who looked at that and went, yeah, I'll tell you what, that's actually going to do. We've got to the stage now, and I'll tell you what it is, we've got to the stage now where people are so happy just to consume the content.
Oh, yeah.
These studios are like, do you know what, fuck it, just do it. Just do it, because they're going to sit there and they're going to be like seals, they're going to be clapping, and as long as they say the line, people are going to love it.
Matt, Star Wars.
Yep.
You've just described Star Wars. That's exactly what's been happening with it.
But
Do you think
look
Bruce...
at the picture downfield, the third picture with the two flashes. I mean, the guy on the right looks like some sort of... No, go up. The trilogy, yeah. I mean, the flash on the right looks like he's got Down syndrome. But if you look at the whole framing of the shot and then you compare it to Snyder's, I know obviously they're the Trinity, so it's a little bit different, but there's just no... You're just looking at that, you're just like, there's just three people in front of a blue sky and maybe a bit of smoke in the background. It's awful, the quality's poor, there's just no originality, there's no care, there's no love, and it's like, chuck it out, they'll eat it anyway.
I'm not going to point here, but do you think that Bruce Wayne has got like a dark bit around here, and then the rest of his face is white? So people go, "Are you Batman?" No, how'd you get that? Because he's just got a tan around here. Just in that photo, he'd just have a tan around there.
Just that bit. But even if you go look at the two flashes, I mean, look at the costumes. Just look at look at that thing on the left. It's like a fucking wetsuit that someone's got a felt tip pen and gone, just draw some lines on it.
Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered with that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't like the one on the right either. It looks like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger suit or something.
I'm not a big fan of the one on the right. I admit, I'm not a big fan. But when you compare them, Yoda, I mean, it's just...
It does look like he's actually there and not wearing a CGI suit or something. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I look at that, like when they go to the trailer and he's like, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." I'm like, why are you saying that? The point of the when he said that in the other movie, it's a line. It's a line, but it's like he said that in the original Batman. The context was just completely different. He was trying to intimidate the Joker and try to do something to help Vicky, and he was showing that guy couldn't intimidate him, whatever. And here he's just saying it because it's a line to be said, but it doesn't. Why? What? I mean, it's just like, what are you doing? I don't. Well, we got to say the thing so that the popcorn stuffers will get into their seats. Well, I'm sorry, guys, but you know what? They're right. You know how I know they're right? Because Avatar 2 made $2.8 billion. That's how I know they're right. Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.